Welcome back, YouTube. In this video I'd like to talk about slasher horror movie training camp. Now I know that's a weird little title for it, but I've watched several slasher movies, and aside from, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers from Halloween, whenever you watch a slasher movie, it's always this person who just out of the blue decided to become a serial killer. Now, whenever I say out of the blue, I don't mean, one day they just snapped and a few hours later they just killed somebody. No, what I mean is, they had a plan formulating inside their head, and they still do pretty amazing stuff. And something that I've always wondered, and I kind of joked about a lot, was, is there like a slasher training camp or slash at home video seminar of how to do it? Because they do some pretty amazing stuff. And I think that should be covered in their little training pamphlet, training videos, whatever they use, where it's like how to fall from a 2-story window, how to survive a gunshot like it didn't bother you, how to be stabbed 12 times and still walk away in a split second when knowing that the person's back is turned. And I use these as point of references because if you watch every slasher movie, unless there is something paranormal or something bigger about it, that's what they do. You turn your back for a second, as soon as the person looks back, body's gone. Now, it really disturbs me because, let's look at the Scream franchises, for example. Scream 3. The guy was shot repeatedly while wearing a bulletproof vest. Man, no, this is mid-90s, mid to late 90s. Bulletproof vests still weren't up to par fully with what they are today. But even now, if you have a bulletproof vest, you're not getting up. You're going to feel that. It's going to be broken ribs. He was shot repeatedly. He was even stabbed through it. How the person stabbed through a bulletproof vest, beyond me. I'm literally just saying that. And yet he would still keep going and going like he was immortal, and then finally a shot to the head. You would really think that eventually the hero would start taking more kill shots rather than bodily harm. But that's beside the point. But then it's also mid-movie, the serial killer's going through the house and they're chasing the main protagonist through it. The main protagonist hits him with a vase, doesn't faze him. They trip over the stairs, doesn't faze them. Pushes them down the stairs, still doesn't faze them. They're getting up. Stabs them, doesn't matter. But it's like that fight in the bedroom, that big tussle, and then they throw them out the window. And they think they're the person's down and everything. And they call the police, and by the time they go back out there, body's gone, not a speck of blood. No matter what, the killer's gone, without a trace. Doesn't that seem like kind of impossible? You could fall from 5 feet and land on your back and you're down. Literally, I've seen all of that happen to a lot of people, but these people fall from 2 stories up after being thrown, after a fight, after everything they've already been through. Adrenaline beat is out the window on this point. You can have all the adrenaline in the world, odds are you're not getting up. But they go through all the adrenaline, and then they're thrown out the window, breaking through glass without a cut. Big point, because that's already been on Mythbusters. But they break through the glass, they're fall 2 stories, they're on the stone. They're not moving. If they're breathing at this point in reality, that's amazing. But they're just not moving. The main character looks away for 2 seconds to get the phone to call the police, and then they look out. Body's gone. Looks like they were never there. There's no blood. There's no nothing. Now, somebody's going to be bleeding after that. I can guarantee you. There is blood somewhere in that house. But that just goes with it. These training camps. How not to bleed. How to fall from the 2-story window. But one thing that they don't cover in those videos, and after having watched a lot of slasher movies, how to deal with the psycho character. And this is where it goes into horror movies in real life, because I'm really going to use my sister as an example for this, and she knows who she is, and she'll probably kill me after she sees this video. But I was watching this one horror movie, and you know, it's a vacation getaway. The mother's taking her 2 kids up there to a cabin up in the mountains, secluded, you know, nice property, vacation, and the husband's coming up there later. Well, the serial killer in that movie, the slasher, first poisons the 2 kids, torments the family, and then whenever the husband's coming up there, he kills the husband, scoops out his eyes, and there's a scene in it where he just drops the dead body of the husband off of the roof right in front of the wife. And she screams, she's panicked, and she runs back in the house. Now, I get that. That's I guess a usual reaction. But I think we all know in our family that one person who, as soon as that happens to, that's game on. You have gone too far. No matter how scary you are, that was a step too far. And I'm going to use my sister in this because I know her. As soon as you poison the 2 kids, you've kind of crossed into a territory with her. But as soon as she knows that you're the only one out there, and you just killed her husband and desecrated his body and dropped him right in front of you, that's game on. Like literal game on. You are no longer the slasher, the villain of that movie. You are officially the hunted and the one you should take pity on. Because I can see her now. That would be the moment she breaks, and no matter what you got, you're dying that night. And she will stand up in that courtroom, and you will probably still be alive by the time the police got there to help. And she will say, "Your Honor, in all fairness, I did not finish." And the judge will just say, "Well, you know, when we got there, the police saw you. You had his eyes gouged out. You were pretty much massacring his body, taking out organs slowly, causing him great pain." And she would just stand there saying, "Your Honor, I was not finished yet." But that's her. And we all know that type of person that, you know, you love them or hate them, but you know in a horror movie, as soon as something happens to something that they actually care about, you will start to feel sympathy for that killer. It'll be, "Dude, you just crossed the line, I'm out." And we joke about that now, but we all know that person. We really all know that person. And if you don't know it, think about it. And if you still haven't got it, look at yourself. Ask your family. But that's it from me today. Next week I'm going to do a video, and I'm going to have a new topic. So please like, comment, and subscribe. You know, all the good stuff. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you, and bye.